All right, so today I want to talk a bit more about the sales model. So the sales model is designed around a whole bunch of different psychological or behavioral sales elements, which you can find in a variety of books. This is not original. This is just about compiling the ideas into something that we can model using artificial intelligence in a way of being able to generate scripts. So here we take the concept that a sale is nothing more than solving a problem. So we're taking the customer problem and we're having a solution to that problem. And this is a very common practice in B2B sales. So when we're talking about solving these problems, we're talking about the what that's going to do to the users, the transformative effect of of the model. And doing this, we can think about the sales as we're trying to create from the problem to a solution. We're creating a transformative effect, but we're also creating emotional aspects of that effect. So here we have the dimensions, aspiration. So aspiration is really about positive things. It's about a purpose, about something that's almost beyond yourself. So the aspirations is generally a harder sales aspects, but aspirations is I want to create something great and beyond myself. I want this product because it's going to make me better, it's going to make me more beautiful. I'm going to help people. I'm doing something great. So aspirations is our top axis. Our bottom axis here is the fear side or pain side, I should say. So the pain side is, what have I got to lose, or the negative things. And, the pain can be a positive thing in some aspects, solving a problem and taking away pain. But pain can also be a negative thing, like if you don't use our product, if you don't use our solution, you're going to have more pain, you're going to have more problems, you're going to have more uncertainty of the future in the coming future. So we're trying to use these scales between this positive aspect of selling and also the 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 fear and the pain aspect of selling. So the model is trying to come up with the right combination, and each person is going to have their own needs. Some people want to be told a story, some people want to avoid problems in the future. And then we come back to our left and right side. So we talk about the logic and our emotion. So our logical side is about our way we're rationalizing things, the way we think about it, and what do we need to do to achieve something. And then we have the emotional side, which is, what's going to make us feel good? What is the positive emotions? How am I going to feel from this solution? So using these dimensions to create this model allows us to flip in between these areas. And a lot of books will say the logical side needs the emotional side. The positive aspirations need the fear to sell. So by combining this together, we're able to find a balance. And because this model is about generating over time, it's not just selling on one aspect. It's about identifying and using different elements of these emotions and strategies to create a sales, basically a sales journey. So we're trying to create this semantic sales journey before we put together the script. So and there's many techniques that salespeople do to create this journey. So let's go through some more specifics. So what is this commitment and purpose? It's really about you're doing this, you're buying something to either be a greater person or to become a greater person or to help other people become greater person. So an example would be, you know, would you, for example, in the lending world, why would you get a loan? Because I need to grow my business. Okay, that's a general aspect. Why would I get a loan? Why would you grow your business? Because I help my family. Okay, now we have a purpose that's beyond yourself. All right, so you're going to help your family. Suddenly now it's an emotional sale, it's a purpose-driven sale, and also has some rationality and logic as well. The repository, this is just creating that rapport, that relationship with the people, and this is a very common sales technique. Social proof and unity. So these generally are bucketed. Some people don't put them together, but here we put them together. So the idea is feeling of belonging, and this is something emotional. Um, you know, 80% of people are in the same group as you and doing this, or 90% of people in this industry had success, or very specific use cases of people that you can associate with having success. Having this idea of grouping the people and belonging to that group, making it's an emotional empowerment and gives you confidence in what's being sold and that it's a good product. Unpredictability and change. So here we're selling on the unknown if you don't have this product. So this is starting to get into those questions that people might ask. You know, what happens if the government changes? What happens if the environment changes? What happens if the economy changes? So all these things that, you know, could exist, could happen, but we don't know when. It's unpredictable and it's change. These are fear elements, and these can be positive too, as well. So having an unknown can be worrisome, worrying, and can create this pain. It's very emotional because of not being prepared, not being ready, and not wanting to change. So protecting against change is a strong element in the pain region. Avoidance and fear. So I mean this is a clear one. You have a problem. Something's very inefficient. It's taking you a lot of time. Um, and you don't want to do that. Or by not having this product, you're going to have more problems. You're going to have more workload. You're going to have more issues. So what is the fear there? You could lose in the lending world, you could lose your business if you don't grow your business. You won't be competitive. So you're creating this concept of fear. Scarcity. I mean, this is a technique used by a lot of marketers, a lot of salespeople, but something that only exists or is hard to access, and that is scarcity. So limited time offers, you're given a gift, and if you don't use it, it's going to be taken away. So using this element of something that exists and then doesn't exist or is hard to obtain as part of the script generation and limited time only and all these kind of deals. But the idea is to mix this in with other aspects. Now we have the authority. Authority is being in control. So this is really about the language, the commanding language used in sales. Like instead of saying when are you free for a meeting, it can be like I have Tuesday free at 3 o'clock. Does that work? It's an authority of language, it's authority commanding how people should think. So this avoids like decision paralysis or analysis paralysis, whatever you want to call it, and giving people that clear guide of what they should be doing. So that's making it easier, removing too many decision making the user commit to a path and a decision. So combining that. Accomplishments is the last one here we have in the diagram, and this is about a sense of achievement. Um, you know, And this can come down to simple things like compliments or a sense of you've done well, or you give someone the first stage, oh, okay, you've tried out our demo, rather than just like, did you like it or not? You tried out our demo, oh, you've achieved a great state, an improved ROI, or any other aspect. So giving them sense of accomplishment. So here you can see that these categories are modeled in a way where the scripts can be different under each of the headings. There's different aspects. They're not pure classifications, but they can be used in combination of each other. So giving someone a purpose followed by uh, sacrity and authority might be a good combination of saying you have to be driven towards a certain direction. This is going to achieve you something great, but I'm only going to give you this for this week, and so you need to do this now, kind of thing. So having this combination, you'll find that a lot of elements of different sales techniques and different aspects of speech will fall into these categories and different aspects of these categories. So this model will be able to generate a, a, a script in the end, but dynamically. So something that we talk about is the sense of the user. A user comes in, let's say they're a technical user and they're very logical driven. If you start giving them a long-winded story about business and your product, then you've probably lost them very, very quickly. They're going to get frustrated and annoyed. But then you get someone that may be a little bit more creative, and they want to hear the story. They want to hear how other people have succeeded. They want to hear the full story of what's going on. So the idea here is that this script is, although we're combining different sections, we're leading one section with the other section. So sensing, how much emotional aspects need to be put in it versus logic, how much aspiration versus pain. And this is coming down to each user and each stage of the script. It's like I say something as a salesperson, you respond, and which of that responds will give me the key indicator about how to move forwards. Okay, I'm using fear technique and I hear aggression in your voice. Okay, tone down the fear. Let's move on to a different aspect. And also, because we're profiling the user, we already know certain behaviors of those users. So we know what model is going to work well with each user. And that's really the purpose of this diagram. Obviously, it's not the only element of the application, but it's why this is one of the sales models we're using and how we structured it. And we structured it in a way that we can use AI for extracting the script in these core accesses of information. All right, hopefully that makes sense and you have a deeper understanding of this AI sales model.